Y'all probably say, where exactly are you going with this? I see you really trying to take it there. Old school flows chew you out, ain't fair. Jordan.
Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, Zod, back at you. Y'all saw this. Anyways, before I even start about what I want to talk about, I'm going to send my shots out. First and foremost, shout out to Mr. Homicide. He got his thing going on. He should have new music coming out soon. So go ahead and check him out. I don't got the links to none of his music right now, but when I do, we'll drop them on the channel. You know, you have a lot of people on here, they say they want to support the cause. Well, there you go. You know what I mean? Even if it's just to give it a listen. Also, shout out to L2R Music. Once again, he got a video coming out, I think next week on Tuesday. They're going to try to release it. It got me, my son, my primo, and then, you know, basically a lot of his family and homies right there doing his thing for Nella. So when it drops, go ahead and check that on me and my son's live reaction channel, K2Zod and Ball Savvy. Go ahead and check that out. We just did a few other ones, so you might want to go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. Shout out to Kev Mack, and shout out for the people that really supported the fact that I did my thing on Kev Mack. See, what people don't understand is that's another opportunity to grow that much more. I know some people say, oh, well, you haven't did nothing with homies. Well, I'll do something I did it with one particular guy, but for some reason people have selective amnesia about that. But I will do something on the homies channel. You know, I got something coming hopefully pretty soon with Strength Cartel, but I will do something with a homies platform, which I don't trip on nothing like that. But if it's another homie asking me basically what the politics are like in prison, then you're not a homie, because obviously you're not privy to exactly what went on in there. Don't ask me if I know about big homies, and if I know that shit right there is a red flag. And I'm gonna tell you why this whole thing I chose to speak on this fake love shit. The reason I'm speaking on fake love, because I've been getting a lot of it, and it's understandable. Like, I'm one of those people that try to weed out busters real quick, and I'm not talking about any particular group. I'm just talking about busters in general, fools that don't have the best of intentions for you. You can tell those off the back, because they always got something negative, always trying to get you to do something stupid and reckless. And you know, a few of my homies on my channel have pointed out the fact that some of these fools are in fact hudas. And you know what, when you do your research on them and you run a mate, they don't check out. So, you know, you get a general idea. Some of them have been supreme opposition, and it's people that really mean, you know, they don't, there's nothing positive when it comes to you and them. It's opposition. It's always going to be opposition. And I've slowly been able to weed them out. It's like you'll have cats that want you to pop up in weird ass areas, and then you come to find out these dudes ain't what it's cracked up to be. You know, I tell you, the reason I brought this whole thing up, outside of the couple of trolls that are supposedly homies on my shit, you know, doing this, but when it comes time for this, they ain't trying to get this. Them are the cats I just like, you know, because if you woof on the internet and then you ain't pushing that same energy in person, or you don't want to see where, then I push you to the side because you're doing too much of this. But the reason I brought up the whole thing about fake love is a simple fact. You know, you got homies that act like they've been with me since day one, but soon as something happens, that's what they say. You never know a person's true intentions, or how much love a motherfucker really got for you, or even if they have love for you in the first place, until they're tested. When times of tranquility and times of peace, you'll never know where it's at. It's when, you know, when you're in a position to where it's war or something on that level, you know, when you truly see exactly who got your back. And for the most part, I got a lot of dudes out there that got my back. It's been proven, and I see the energy every day. I run into these cats on the street where I live. I run into them in the stores, and righteous homies that actually check out. There's some fools that, you know, you already know they're basura, so you stay away from them, you know what I mean? And for the most part, they ain't trying to meet you in person anyway. You see it all the time. There's lots where I live that put their head down and be skirting because they know something's up with them. They're the type of lots I just avoid. But the whole thing with fake love, that's the whole thing. You gotta, you know, when you really sit down and think about it, you gotta understand that there's gonna be a lot of fake love. There's a lot of houses that's gonna try to ride your wave, and then when your wave starts to dim, that's when they start disappearing. I've seen it, but I expected it. I never expected my channel to really go anywhere either. You know what I mean? Because I'm not the only black southerner. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm just the only one that's actually been on YouTube and don't mind sugarcoating and you know, and stepping lightly on certain shit, you know what I mean? And that's just basically saying that. But one particular instant, one particular thing that's been happening to me. I really don't speak on it, but it's, you know, it's this one guy that was always on my shit, and he would always keep telling me like, or did you shoot my homeboy? Like did you shoot my homeboy? And at first I was like, damn, you know, really tripping off this shit. Like, who asks questions like that? Like, I'm like one of those, if I thought you shot my homeboy and I was like still banging, then I would push up on you, you know what I mean? But this dude just is really adamant about the fact that did I shoot his homeboy. And I'll tell you this straight, to be honest, so it ain't no, you know what I mean? But the particular dude that he was asking about, I was already busted. You know, I had been busted for like, I think, a month. And then this fool got popped, you know what I mean? And nothing to do with me, but I noticed this guy just stayed on it. Come to find out that this guy was a hoodah the whole time. This dude was a cop trying to fish, which made no sense, because if he would have did his detective work or whatever, he would have realized that this guy got shot when I was already busted for a while. But you know what I'm saying? It's things like that I never really put out, because it really makes no sense. But you know, a lot of motherfuckers got to be careful on this internet shit. It's like it's real tricky out here. It's trife living. Motherfuckers out here trying to get you caught up. And I think the more notoriety and the more my name goes out on the internet, you know, it's like one guy, he told me, he said, yeah, that's stupid to admit that you're a gangbanger on the internet. Well, I'm gonna clarify something for you. Whenever you get busted for a gang-related crime and you're found guilty, you automatically get a stamp. You can say you're a gangbanger, you can do all that, but until you righteously get that stamp on your book for a gang-related crime, there's a lot of things you can maneuver out of. Once you get that gang-related stamp, you can't maneuver no more. You will always forever be known as a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's just the way it is. If you got busted with a gun and you weren't a known gangbanger, it don't matter in your neighborhood, but you ain't got busted for no gang-related crime, they don't consider you no gangbanger. If you go to your, you know, get a lawyer and you maneuver, you'll get out of it. So it's like you get busted with a gun and you're a gangbanger. You ain't gonna get as much time if you don't got that stamp. Sorry, my nasal is fucked up. But yeah, that's basically that, you know what I mean? I got the stamp, so if I get caught with anything, or you know what I mean, I'm screwed, you know what I mean? That's like 10, 20, 25. It's long years. Plus I got a strike. It's long years for me. So yeah, now it's like I'm really like paying attention to how I maneuver. I don't come on YouTube every day. Sometimes I'll come like a couple of times back to back, but for the most part, kind of let it soak in, that people absorb the video, because it's just, I can talk about anything, you know what I mean? But it's just, I choose to refrain from doing that because I want people to actually come back. Now, if I just came and I just, you know, talked about, you know, the way I'm going to dye my hair or some shit like that, or how many gray hairs I got, people will eventually fall off because they don't expect that. I can no longer give you guys anything about prison because there's certain particular things that's going to be off limit. So for the most part, anytime you see me clown somebody, like, you know, it's no clout chasing, you know what I mean? It's just, I decided to talk about it. It's my right to talk about it. And like I said, if you are willing to absorb whatever comes with that controversy, then you obviously you can do it. As long as the motherfucker not snitching, as long as the motherfucker not telling about a crime that they may have not got busted for, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something along that lines, you know what I mean? But I'm always going to be like, F a Chester. I'm always going to be like, F a snitch. I'm always going to be like, I don't fuck with cats that are no good. That's just my preference, you know what I mean? I don't deal with none of that. I don't go out everywhere with certain homies because there's certain homies that, you know, I'll end up in jail, you know what I mean? Or you deal with those type that you'll end up having to kill because they on a different page, you know what I mean? And I don't just kick it with everybody. That's just, I've never been like that. It's always been dolo and that's it, you know what I mean? Even there's fools from my neighborhood that thought that I hated the other homies. It wasn't that. It's just like, on my mind, if you were on the same level, you weren't with that business, then I couldn't really fuck with you because eventually you're gonna tell on me because I was wild, you know what I mean? And that's basically what I want to say on that. Just to be careful. Like, if for you guys that's out here on the internet, I still see cats flashing guns and stuff like that, man. Be careful, because a lot of these dudes you cannot trust. Like I said, they got plants, you know what I mean? It's like dudes be asking me to kick it all the time, and then you running and then something ain't right with them, and then all of a sudden they don't want to kick it no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's that type of situation out here. You know what I mean? Just be mindful who you deal with. Be careful who you interact with, and things will go a lot easier. You know what I mean? Not necessarily easier, but you might escape something that otherwise would have put you in prison probably for the rest of your life. And be careful on exactly who be getting at you, because like I said, this dude was getting at me for a while, asking me about who, you know, if I shot his homeboy. And you know what I mean? It's like you almost feel pressure to just be like, yeah, I shot your homeboy. Well, you did it, you know what I mean? But it's just like, that would be the immature way of thinking. But yeah, on that note, I'm your boy Zod. Like I said, got these sweaters out, balling trife. You see what I'm saying? The money sign. If you look at my IG as Zod Rese, you'll see the back. It says money over conflict, and that's the whole thing. Money over conflict. Avoid conflict, get that money. Sometimes money brings conflict, but you got to know how to maneuver. Like I said, I'm your boy Zod. Hopefully I come with a video that's actually worthy of your attention. And on that note, you want to enjoy the rest of your day.
I hop on the beat and you know I'ma kill it. My nigga lose schools, you know that they drilling. I run on my money.
Kneel before Zod!